Hello everybody. This is Ali Inan signing in with yet another video on prepositions. I must thank all of you who have been watching these videos, and I am overwhelmed by this response that I have received, and I continue to look forward to this extremely overwhelming response in the future as well. Today I'm going to discuss the usage of at, on and in, especially with reference to place. At. It is used to talk about position at a point. For instance, it's very hot at the center of the earth. Turn right at the next corner. Now, sometimes we use at with a larger place. If we just think of this as a point, a stage on a journey, or a meeting place, for example, we may compare these sentences. The plane stops for an hour at Frankfurt. Now, this is a point on a journey. She lives in Frankfurt. This is somebody's home permanent abode. Let's meet at the club. It's a meeting point, probably not regularly visited. It was warm and comfortable in the club, a place to spend time, perhaps visited regularly. We very often use at before the name of a building when we are thinking not of the building itself, but of the activity that happens there. There's a good film at the cinema in Market Street. Eat at the steakhouse. Best food in town. Sorry, I didn't phone last night. I was at the theater. At is also particularly common with proper names used for buildings or organizations. We may compare these sentences. I first met your father at Harrods. We can also use in here. I first met your father in a shop. Another example, she works at Legal and General Insurance, and she works in a big insurance company. At is also used to say where people study. For instance, he is at the London School of Economics. We also use at with the name of a city to talk about the city's university. We may compare these sentences. He is a student at Oxford. He lives in Cambridge. Another usage of at is before the names of group activities. At a party, at a meeting, at a concert, at a lecture, at the match. On is used to talk about position on a line, for example, a road or a river. His house is on the way from Aberdeen to Dundee. Stratford is on the River Avon. It reminds me of Shakespeare. But in is used for the position of things which form part of the line. For instance, this sentence. There's a misprint in line 6 on page 22. Who's the good-looking boy in the 6th row? On is also used for the position on a surface. Hurry up, supper's on the table. That picture would look better on another wall. There's a big spider on the ceiling. On can also mean attached to. Why do you wear that ring on your first finger? There aren't many apples on the tree this year. Another usage of on is for position by a lake or a sea. Bowness is on Lake Windermere, Southend-on-Sea. In is used for position inside large areas and in three-dimensional spaces. When something is surrounded on all sides. I don't think he's in his office. Or she grew up in Swaziland. He lived in the desert for 3 years. Let's go for a walk in the woods. I last saw her in the car park. Another interesting usage is in the case of public transport. We use on and off to talk about travel using public transport, buses, planes, and boats, as well as motorcycles and horses. For example, there is no room on the bus. Let's get off again. He is arriving on the 3:15 train. not in the 3:15 train. It would be incorrect to use in here because now we are referring to a specific train. We are booked on flight 604. It took 5 days to cross the Atlantic on the Queen Elizabeth. I'll go down to the shop on my bike. But we use in and out of to talk about cars and small private planes and boats. She came in a taxi. He fell into the river when he was getting out of his canoe. This is Ali Inan signing off today, but I'll be back soon with yet another video on English grammar, especially on prepositions to complete this series of videos on prepositions. But before leaving, I would request you to share, like, subscribe, and press the bell icon so that you get notified about some more interesting videos on English language. Till then, bye bye.